Hello. Thank you for tuning in to Cosmic Co TV. I am Cosmic Co, an intuitive reader, astrologer, metaphysical life coach, and creative director, but that's neither here nor there. Today, I wanted to take some time to do a collective reading. It's been a minute. The last reading that I did was at the beginning of July, if I'm not mistaken. So we're closing the month out now. And we are now entering into new retrogrades, and I do want to cover some of that. But before we get into it, let's talk about my shirt. My shirt says astrology is an art form, period. Inspired by a actual conversation that I had with a loved one. These shirts are available over on my site. You can find them linked in the description bar below. They come in both black and white, as you see here, and I love them. I love them. I hope that you love them too. They are unisex style, soft style t-shirts, very true to size, very neutral fitting. Like I said, unisex style shirts. Go ahead and get you one. Also, there are a lot of other styles on my site as well. Several options, and I plan on releasing more. Please hit the link in the description. Go check them out. Let's get into this reading. Before I start with the reading, I do want to cover some of the astrology that we are currently dealing with. In the last reading that I did, we had just entered Neptune and Saturn retrograde. Now we have been sitting in that energy for a few months, but for a few weeks. We've been sitting in that energy for a few weeks. It feels like a few months, but we've been sitting in that energy for a few weeks, but we still have a long ways to go. I think that we all felt the shift in energy practically immediately, almost. Saturn and Neptune retrograde, and I'm pairing them together because I feel like they really are working in unison this go round, is highlighting truth, showing divine truth versus man's truth, and really ending karmic cycles throughout the rest of this year. So with Neptune retrograde in itself, it could be revealing the illusions or the delusions that you've allowed yourself to exist in, or that you've allowed yourself to believe, and really showcasing not only yourself, but everybody else's and everything else's true intentions. Saturn retrograde of allowing an opportunity to really learn those lessons. So if it was just Neptune retrograde, I almost feel like it would be, okay, I see this differently, or okay, life isn't exactly what I thought, or these people aren't exactly what I thought they to be, or this job isn't exactly what I thought it was to be. But by Saturn being here, Saturn is asking, okay, what are you going to do about it? Like, now you know, what are you going to do? And really giving you the opportunity to show what it is that you know, and to close out the cycles that you may have been stuck in for the past year or even longer, since last retrograde, if you want to be honest. And really giving you the opportunity to take action and to show up in that way. I apologize. That was my dog wanting to be let back in. But like I was saying, is that we're really being presented with the opportunity to stand on business, to show what you know, to hone in on the lessons that have been presented to you, and to take actions towards a whole new way of being, ending a karmic cycle, really resolving those major lessons around a core wound or karma in this lifetime. Now joining the team, Chiron is currently retrograde starting today, July 26th. Chiron has shifted retrograde in the sign of Aries. Chiron represents the wounded healer, and it really is your core wound in this lifetime. Whether it be neglect, whether it be abandonment, whether it be a lack of self-worth, whether it be around your career or job, around relationships, around your image, whatever it is, Chiron retrograde can be very triggering right now in showing you how you have or have not, because we are not necessarily all on the same wavelength, but how you have or have not really faced that shadow. And it is really presenting the opportunity for deep shadow work, and especially paired with all of the other retrogrades going on right now, it is time for you to focus on you. It is time for you to take a step back and to really realize, oh, hey, this is still showing up in my life, or hey, this is still triggering triggering me in these very deep, dramatic ways. Or, oh, hey, I have been giving or putting or focusing on how to help everyone else. How can I help myself in this season? So Chiron retrograde will really be highlighting those wounds, really highlighting the need for shadow work, and for a lot of us, the need for solitude or seclusion, so that we can focus on and work on ourselves. And then we are currently in the pre-shadow, the shadow period for Mercury retrograde. Mercury will be moving retrograde starting August 4th in the signs of Virgo and Leo. Mercury wants to join the party. We got enough going on, and now Mercury wants to join the party. And especially with it transiting both Leo and Virgo, this is really going to present some opportunities for self-reflection. And I say that especially with it transiting through Virgo, retrograde in Virgo. It's going to give some time for self-reflection, but for the revising and editing of whether it be self with everything else going on, or our plans or visions or expectations for life. And what ways do I need to go back to the drawing board? And what ways do I need to be of better service to myself, to people, to God, whatever it may be? And what ways do I need to double and triple check my work right now? Then moving into the sign of Leo, it is most likely going to bring some chaotic, dramatic conversation, communication. And also with Mercury retrograde in Virgo, it could bring very critical, analytical communication. There could be a lot of chaos and confusion as far as communicating, because with our wounds being amplified, and then having this miscommunication energy, and then paired with these illusions and truth and karmic cycles of feeling attacked, belittled, or picked apart in any sort of way could be possible during this retrograde. And then as it moves into Leo, it could bring out dramatic conversations, selfishness, I want to say even rage, because I feel like a lot of us are becoming fed up in this season. It could even bring out anger and conflict and fights, especially in regards to relationships. So everybody, beware. Beware, beware, beware. It is best to really practice self-awareness right now. Get on your prayers, get in your journals. Make sure you are having active communication with self before you go and communicate anywhere externally. Make sure you double and triple check yourself, your communications, your texts, your emails, your work in this season, because everybody might be walking on eggshells. Everybody might be on the edge. And stay grounded. That is the most important thing. Stay grounded. Stay grounded, stay grounded, stay grounded. Whatever that looks like for you. Spiritual protection, spiritual cleansing, and having spiritual routines is of the utmost important right now. What is your spiritual routines? What does your spiritual hygiene look like in this season? If you're not doing your cleansing and your protections, if you're not maintaining your altar, if you're not maintaining yourself on a weekly, daily basis, it's only going to create hell for you. It's only going to make things worse. The only way to survive and to stay tuned in, tapped in, and to learn and see what it is that you need to know right now is to at least have a daily protection ritual, whether it's just prayer, to at least have a weekly cleansing ritual, and to have daily active self-reflection. Whether it be prayer, you sit in prayer with God, you journal about your feelings and emotions with self each day, you journal about your day each day, just keeping that communication clear between you and your higher self, source, God, whatever you choose to believe in, your spirit team. Yes. So let's get into this reading. As y'all can see, Macho has joined me. I didn't want to interrupt my channeling. Alrighty, so today I am working with the Starseed Oracle, the Sacred Self-Care deck, which is also an oracle, and the Light Seers Tarot deck. Here is telling me to start with the Starseed Oracle. So Spirit, let's get the overlying and underlying energy. The overlying and underlying energy, the message for the collective at this current state and time, please, Spirit. I'm going to pull 2 cards. Thank you. We have your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So really what this saying is that, and it's funny because this is the overlying, but I feel like this is underlying, because I feel like it is what we do not see because of all the chaos and confusion that is going on, but it is the core essence and truth of what is happening. Right now, you are in a major manifestation period, meaning that what you speak and what you believe is what your reality is. And that's always true, but right now it may be amplified and it may be more apparent. So if you have not been doing the work and you believe that life is going to shambles, the world is going to shambles, that you are unworthy, that this is the end all be all, just you have a negative self-image and a negative belief of life, you are manifesting that. And right now is the time for you to shift that, to create the life that you want to have, to really shift your beliefs. Because we have to realize the only thing preventing you from the life that you want, the only thing that is keeping you from doing the things to change your life, to bring in what it is that you want, is what you say and what you believe. It is what you say and what you believe. It was a video I saw, I think it was on Instagram. She said that the only thing between you and your dreams is the time that you say it's going to take. So if you say it's going to take 12 years for you to get that career that you want, for you to get that degree that you want, it's going to take you 12 years. If you say that it's going to take you 10 months to lose the weight that you want to lose, it's going to take you 10 months because that is the belief and the mindset that you have adapted to. If you say it's only going to take me 6 weeks to start this program, then it's only going to take you 6 weeks because now you're operating from a different belief, and it literally shifts the entire way that you show up in the world. If you say, well, this is all that I have, life is not going to get any better, you have nothing to work for, you have nothing to strive for, you have no motivation, you have no inspiration, right? Well, I'm a 32-year-old woman, and I will never have the relationship that I want. Guess what? You're not going to have a relationship that you want, and therefore you're going to go into all of these spaces with your heart center closed, with pessimistic beliefs, with protective measures in order, and you're not going to see the opportunities for love. You're not going to see the opportunities for beauty. You're not going to attract genuine friendships. You're not going to show up as your best, most loving, confident self because you have already said that you don't have a reason to. So the overlying energy right now, the thing that God wants you to see is that you are in a place of manifestation. You can literally create your life. And it's not that you can go out and you can paint the world, but you have the ability to paint your mind. And therefore, since you can paint your mind, you can paint what you see. You can give yourself new eyes, new vision, and that new vision is how you paint the world. You don't start from the outside, you start from the inside. The best way for you to change the world is to change yourself. All righty. Spirit, what is the underlying energy? And also the fact that you have to hold yourself accountable. The first step to changing your mindset and changing your beliefs is the realization that you have been a victim. And I don't mean that in the sense of a victim to the world. I think we know that, and that's why we stay stuck. But that you have been keeping yourself as a victim, that you have had a victim mindset. And this creative accountability really stood out in the sense of you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable for the beliefs that you have had, right? We hear about accountability as far as actions that we've done. But are you holding yourself accountable about the beliefs that you've had, about what you've told yourself, about the life that you've been creating for yourself? Energy, right? Or the thank you. The courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. So really right now, what I'm getting is one, and this is something that I've mentioned before, the best thing you can do to help change your life in any way, in any capacity, is to ask for courage. So right now, you need to be courageous. It's not that you need to do what you've always done. It's not that you need to resort and hide. Yes, solitude may be necessary, but hiding is not the answer. My God, solitude may be necessary, But hiding is not the answer. Solitude may be necessary, but hiding is not the answer. Let yourself be seen. And what I mean by that is continuing to remain vulnerable, like I mentioned, but also in the sense of you cannot hide from what is going on. You cannot hide from the truths being revealed to you. You cannot hide from the work that is needing to be done. Avoidance will get you nothing in this season. Avoidance will get you absolutely nothing in this season. Surrender. Be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to see the truth, not just of other people, but of yourself. How have I been wrong? How have I been neglecting myself? How have my beliefs been hindering me? How have my actions, because of my beliefs, been hindering me? How have I been procrastinating? How have I been pessimistic? How have I been mistreating myself and others? See your truth in this season. That's really what this feels like. It feels like starting off this month, it was about seeing the truth of others, right? Seeing the truth of our surroundings, of externally. As Chiron begins to retrograde and we move into August, and I'm saying August because I feel like it's going to be the month of August for sure, we are having to see the truth about ourselves. For some of us, you've already been doing the work. It's not going to be anything new to you. It might be to new depths. It might be new realizations. It might get a little bit more difficult. But for a lot of us, it's going to be, I have to see the truth of myself. Sometimes it's not other people. Sometimes it's not. And that's not what we want to hear. Sometimes it's not everybody else. Yes, they have their own problems. Yes, they might have brought their problems to you. Yes, there might have been misunderstandings. Yes, there might have been conflicts. Yes, there might have been ill intentions. But also, what about you? What about you, love? What about you? At what point have you looked at yourself beyond the surface to say, oh, wow, this is my shadow. This is my shadow speaking. This is how my shadow has consumed my beliefs. This is how I've been wronging myself. This is how I have not been utilizing my resources or the people or whatever it is around me. What about you? That's what this season will be saying. I just heard self-righteous. Those that have been self-righteous are now going to have to see their truth. Right? This goes into Saturn as well, of the revealing of truth and ending karmic cycles. Those that have been self-righteous are now seeing their truth. They're now seeing their wrongdoing. And there are consequences to that. So if you are forcing yourself to keep your eyes closed, if you are in that 8 of Swords energy, it's not going to work this season. It's not. God has let you get by for a long time with that mindset, with those actions, with those beliefs. Not anymore. And further clarifying that we have perspective at the bottom of the deck. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground, meaning new perspective is going to be had in this season. It's all about shifting your vision. We might have been focused very externally previously, and now we have no choice but to see the truth that is within ourselves. Okay? So we are going to move on to the tarot. Okay, Spirit. What actions or energy are necessary for the collective to embody at this current state and time, please, Spirit? Thank you. We have the Fool. Literally going back to that courageousness. Be courageous. Ask for courage. Do the difficult thing. Do the different thing. And allowing yourself to surrender is really what this is. Of recognizing that it is you trying to be in control that has kept you in the situations and environments that you have been in. This is you surrendering control. The Hangman at the bottom of the deck. The active choice of the active decision, the active choice to choose to Why is it so hard for me to say this? The active decision or choice. And for some, it's not even an active choice, but you have no choice other than to surrender to see a different perspective. Going back to this perspective card. Because for me, the hangman is all about, no, I need to stop and I need to get more clarity. To me, the hangman is choosing to sit in meditation. It's choosing to find new information. It's choosing to wait for the wisdom and for the clarity to happen. It's I can no longer be ignorant, or I can no longer operate in the ways that have been unfulfilling or in the ways that I have. So let me choose to wait and find and figure out what that next move is, what that next energy is, what that clarity is. Especially with this Fool of, I feel like it could be, it's the same energy, but of two different collectives of people. Of right now, that first collective of the Fool energy is, yes, it's surrendering, but it's the courage, the courageous action. It's, I'm finna jump and I'm finna dive all in and I'm finna give it my complete 100%, right? Because I feel like this is the collective of people that have been taking the time to reframe their mindset, to reframe their beliefs, and to build courage and confidence in self, and to build their connection with God or their spirit team or whatever spiritual practices that you have, spiritual beliefs that you have. And now this is your time to shine. Then you have this second collective of people, which is still the same energy, but of that active work has not been done. So now you have to be courageous in the sense of surrendering, right? You have to be courageous in the giving up. You have to be courageous in the acceptance of stillness. You have to be courageous in the acceptance of seeing a new perspective and of finding new truth. Of right now, it might not be your season to act. And that is okay, because you've been doing too much acting and not enough listening. You've been doing too much avoiding and not enough acting. But now you can't just jump into acting because there is a shift that needs to happen. All right, Spirit. What is it that the collective needs to release at this current state and time, please, Spirit? What is it that the collective needs to release at this current state and time, please, Spirit? I also heard to ask, what are the things to look out for? Maybe I don't need to ask what needs to be released, because I feel like I've already talked about that. Spirit, what is it to look out for? What does the collective need to look out for in this season, in this time, please, Spirit? What does the collective need to look out for? The Three of Cups wanted to come out, but I'm going to put it back in simply because I don't like the way it came out. That's not how I pull my cards, but I do feel that it resonates, because the Three of Cups is typically a card of celebration and of community, but not in a usual sense. Like to me, the Three of Cups representative of community can be very warped, or can go a lot of different ways, but the Three of Cups really does represent the celebration. And I feel like the thing to look out for right now, hold on, let me move my leg. The thing to look out for right now, especially with the Four of Wands, the people out partying, the people out living their best life. And I don't mean that in the sense of like everybody is in a downfall. Life moves in cycles. Some people are truly going to be up in this season. But the people the distractions, right? The people who are feeding into their distractions, who are, hey, let's go to the club. Hey, let's go out to eat. Hey, let's do XYZ. Hey, let's hang out. Hey, let's hit the streets. Baby, I heard hot girl summer is over. Like, not that you can't celebrate yourself, your accomplishments, life, whatever it may be, but recognize when things are genuine, or when things are a distraction, right? When things are of God, right? Or God directed, and when things are good. I say that because it feels like this denial of intuition of, you already know God has told you to sit down in this season. You already know God has told you to focus on your family. You already know God has told you to focus on your career. You already know God has told you to save your money. You already know God has told you that you need to eat different, right? You know what God has told you, and you know the restrictions that have been placed on your life in this season. But yet, where did it go? I've lost the Three of Cups, but this Four of Wands here, oh, no, here it is. No, I've lost the Three of Cups, but with this Four of Wands here, there may be an internal self of, hey, you know you want a burger today. Hey, you should go out to this festival. Hey, your friend, you should go hang out with your friend. Or it might be an external person saying, hey, let's go hang out. Let's go have drinks. Let's go for margaritas. Let's go to this party. Let's go to this festival. God already told you what you're supposed to be doing. Don't deny that. Don't avoid that. If God told you you're not supposed to be in these streets, and now you get all these requests to be in these streets, and you're not listening to God, there is going to be some backfire for that. Obedience is necessary in this season. It might be good, but it's not of God. And especially, I split to Justice and the Sun. Like the choice is yours, and it goes back to that energy of manifestation that I just was speaking on. The choice is yours, and like I said, there is going to be backfire for disobedience in this season, but also of having to realize and recognize that just because I'm disobedient right now, or just because I have to give up or sacrifice or fast in this season, does not mean that there is not going to be joy for me. What God is trying to give you is far greater than whatever it is that you will be receiving right now. It's far greater than whatever temptations that you or distractions that you're indulging in right now. Trust that. Trust that at the end of this tunnel, at the end of this fast, at the end of this journey, the blessings that God has for me, the blessings that source my higher self has for me, is going to be the greatest thing that I could have ever imagined, because I couldn't imagine it. It was far beyond what I believed was possible for me. But I have to be obedient. Give up distractions. Give up distractions. All right, so I am going to pull the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck to see how we can better nurture ourselves in this season. Is that it? Okay. I'm screaming. Bottom of the deck, be still. God said be still. Be still and listen, is what I just heard. Be still and listen, okay? Be still and listen. The first card that came out was Sweet Treat, though. And although this lady is baking, some of you, it might be to cook at home, to eat a healthy meal. Although that is a card in here, that's something that I picked up from this. But with this Sweet Treat, is what I heard is you don't have to give it all away, right? Excuse me. So if God is asking you to fast, is asking you to give up the distractions, is asking you to give up whatever it is, and I don't want to say it's not that you have to go cold turkey, but the reason why you lack consistency is because you're not being true to self. So with this Sweet Treat card is that if I know I'm a sweet tooth person, and now I want to eat healthy and I want to change my whole diet, and now I can't have nothing dessert. I can't have chocolate. I can't have a piece of cake. I can't eat nothing. God is like, really? Like, be for real. Be for real. Nobody told you to go cold turkey. We just told you to make better decisions. We told you to change certain things. And of having to have the awareness of, even though I might not be who I was, I'm not who I am, who I want to be yet. So therefore, who I want to be might be a person who can eat a strawberry and be like, yeah, this shit fine. I'm full. I don't need no sugar. I don't need a dessert because there's still sugar in fruits. But I don't need a dessert. Like, that fulfill my craving. Baby, I'm not that person right now. So yes, I might not be able to eat the strawberry cake, but I can eat a 0 sugar yogurt and some strawberries and whipped cream, and that is going to be fulfilling. So this sweet treat card almost feels like meeting yourself in the middle, right? And of making sure that you set clear goals, because when you set clear goals, you have clear goal markers and destinations and accomplishments in that, and of knowing that when you reach those goal markers, when you reach those little small accomplishments, it's okay for you to celebrate that. It's okay for you to treat yourself to that. But what we won't do is get consumed in this 4 of Wands energy of fuck everything, I'm gonna be disobedient, let's celebrate life, let's drink, let's party, let's eat cake. No. But hey, yes, I did lose 5 pounds. I'm going to keep going, but it's okay if I have half of a cookie today. You get what I'm saying? And then we have take a walk. Some people need to get out in nature. For some of you, this is how you need to find your stillness. You might not be able to be physically still. You might still need physical activity. But of walking in nature, meditating through nature, allowing yourself to see the beauty of nature through walking could be very important right now. I think this is also symbolic of your journey with this 10 of Swords here and this take a walk card. That might be how you need to self-reflect. That might be how you need to allow your mind to wander, how you need to process your emotions or your feelings or whatever it is that you're dealing with. Go on a daily walk. Go walking every week, whatever it may be. But just take time, okay? Take time and know that it is okay to take time, and to really utilize nature, because I feel like once you are out, and it can happen just sitting in nature, but once you're actively walking and you're seeing the transitions and you're seeing all of the possibilities of life, you realize how beautiful the world really is. You realize how beautiful life really is, and you are able to see things that you would not have been able to see in your usual environment. And I feel like that is the message of the thing. Open your eyes to things that you would not be able to see in your usual environment, in your usual frame of mind, in your usual whatever it may be. So I thank y'all for tuning in. I am Cosmico. This is Cosmico TV. Please feel free to drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Also, remember, check out the website link. That is also where you can book your private personal services, astrology services, and intuitive services, as well as merch. So I love y'all. It's all love, light beings.